Buckley Healthcare Center in Greenfield is a place where life is celebrated, and one of their standout features of the center is the food.
Oh, yes, it is. And joining us now, Chef Mike Harrison. He's going to share more about the facility, and we're making chicken saltimbocca.
Yep, chicken saltimbocca.
What is chicken saltimbocca? I don't think I know.
Well,
really don't.
It's basically chicken. You used a prosciutto, which is an aged a ham. I'm not sure if it's Italian or
It
not.
sounds
but
Italian. Prosciutto. It sounds very
tastes good.
Italian. Yeah.
A little fresh sage, and then I like to have my twist on all the recipes. I kind of roll it up, and then
saltimbocca rollatini.
and then I lace it with a little fontina cheese just before I pull it out of the oven.
Oh, so there's a surprise in there.
Yeah, and then just do a little pan sauce.
Now, if we can get a picture of this right now, what it seems to me like, Chef Mike, is that it's seared. Did you sear this chicken real quickly?
I'm going to be doing that now.
Oh, okay. So it seems like it's already cooked a little bit, and then you roll it up.
No, actually, what I did is I rolled it in flour.
Oh, that's what the white is.
Flour's is great for a couple of reasons. One, it's going to help you make your sauce. It's going to thicken that. It'd be a nice thickening agent. The other thing is it keeps some of your items from shrinking. You know, like if you put it on shrimp scampi or something like that, it's going to keep it from shrinking up to nothing. It's going to give it a nice flavor, a nice taste, and it helps, like I said, with your sauce.
So if I put it on my spinach, will it keep it from shrinking?
No.
I'm just
No,
kidding.
your spinach is going downhill anyways. Now, these are just some of the recipes that you cook up at Buckley Healthcare Center in your restaurant Seasons. And now people who go there and are getting, top flight medical service, they can also have some good food, because oftentimes food isn't that great at nursing homes and places like that.
You know, nursing homes get the, get stereotyped as that bad rap, the different consistencies in diets, no sugar, no salt, stuff like that. At Buckley Healthcare, it's not like that, and a lot of institutions aren't like that. I have two phenomenal chefs who prepare all the meals for not only the restaurant but the center. We run some sort of a cycle menu which we tweak, but that's our specials for the restaurant, plus the additional restaurant menu. The real nice thing is, last month alone, we had 60 admissions in our center. Wow. That's twice as many as any other center around the area. The best part about it is we also put 60 individuals back in their home afterwards, and that's due to the excellent care they get from nursing, the rehabilitation center, the activities, and of course the nourishment of the dietary department really helps.
And absolutely.
Things like bacon brittle. Now, this is a treat. You're telling me this is bacon brittle. I can't fathom. What's it going to end up like?
This is...
I've been trying to think all night long.
I've heard of peanut brittle.
What is this bacon brittle going to look like?
This is a wonderfully easy recipe.
Okay.
What I did is I took the bacon.
Yes.
I take a nice thick cut bacon, dice it up, saute that out, pull it out with the bacon fat, leave the bacon on the side, add about a tablespoon of the bacon grease back to it. Then I add a little sesame seeds, a little sugar, and the bacon. And then what I'm going to do is just caramelize it in the pan.
So everything's going to melt down.
It's going to melt down.
Sesame seeds.
Oh, this smells so good.
So it's going to brown up real nicely. Be careful. You really have to stir it so you can't walk away from something like this, because it will burn on you rather quickly.
Now, how do you know when it's done?
When it melts and it's brown. You want to see a finished product?
I would love to see a
yes.
finished product. Because I'm tempted to just stick my finger in this, but it would burn me terribly. That's it.
You put it in the... that come from the freezer or the fridge? Is it frozen?
Well, you put it in the freezer for a little bit. Then we're going to break that up into a brittle that we're going to make a twice-baked sweet potato, crumble that on top with a little scallions, and you'll never want potatoes any other way.
No, see, now you've ruined potatoes for me, Mike. You've ruined it.
Well, if they can make candles out of bacon, you can put it on a sweet potato.
That's a very good point. My potato life will never be the same again. So these are cooking. We're going to let them cook for a while. The bacon brittle's ready. We have a couple more surprises later in the show. Is that right?
Sounds great.
Excellent. Well, don't go anywhere. We're going to finish this and have a few more dishes a little bit later in the show.
But coming up...
Welcome back to Mass Appeal. We're back in the kitchen with Chef Mike Harrison. He's from the Buckley Healthcare Center in Greenfield. We're finishing up chicken saltimbocca.
So what I did is I cooked off the chicken about 70% of the way through, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven at about 200 degrees, 10 or 15 minutes, just to make sure that the prosciutto's hot, the chicken cooked through, and then the sage has a way of just flavoring from the inside out.
So, in other words, you're going to cook it in there and then finish it in the oven.
No. I started in here.
Started here.
Finished it in the oven.
Yeah.
What I did here is, you know, you don't need a sauce for it. It has a lot of flavor. But I decided to make a pan sauce. That was with a little Sauvignon Blanc and a little demi-glaze. And I added just a little bit of sugar to sweeten it up. Sauvignon Blanc is that grapefruity wine where it'll complement it nice, but you don't want the acidity to take over the other flavor that we're going to have in there.
Now, do you have to put any flour in one of those gravies to make it work, or is that good enough like it is?
No, I mean, if you have the time, you just let it simmer down, and it's going to thicken by itself. The other thing I did is, the last 5 minutes, I added fontina cheese to the top of the saltimbocca.
Wow.
Fontina, what? I don't have that often. How would you
Fontina.
describe that kind of cheese?
It's almost like a Gouda, or a really mild baby Swiss.
So it's a mild.
Yeah.
Not too. This bacon brittle, I've been munching on it. Oh my
you gotta
goodness.
tell everybody home, if they missed this bacon brittle earlier, oh, this is
It's like peanut brittle, but better.
but so much better. Tell us how you made that quickly.
It's so easy. You take 2 to 4 pieces of bacon, chop it up, saute it in a pan just like you'd eat it at home. Pull it out, save some of the rendered fat. Doesn't sound good that way, or the bacon grease. Add a tablespoon back of that, about 1/3 of a cup of sugar, maybe a teaspoon of sesame seeds, and the bacon back. Caramelize it. Put it on a parchment paper. Put it in your freezer. I left some in there for you, Seth. You can take home.
Thank you. Now, I didn't pack lunch today, so now I can just eat bacon brittle for
Little
lunch.
fat never hurt anybody. And what about these twice-baked sweet potatoes?
Now these are a little tougher, as you can see. You got to let them set before you serve them. But so I take the sweet potatoes, cook them about 45 to 50 minutes. Core them out, but leave about a half of the potato back in there.
Oh, I'm gonna move them.
You know, it looks. I've never seen it done with sweet potatoes. It's always, you know, twice baked potatoes.
Yep.
We never, and then I'm sorry, I missed it. What do you add to them?
Then I add egg, little miso paste, some fresh ginger, and that's basically it.
And
miso
we're ready to
paste. If you don't have it at home, I know it's hard to find. A lot of big Ys don't have it, but I got to borrow Seth's tahini paste, which is good, which is a good substitute.
Why I have
for it.
tahini paste at work, I don't know.
You're sharing. And do we sprinkle this right on top of this?
Yep.
Oh, you can sprinkle that right
Go
on top
for
of
it.
everything.
Go for it.
Buckley
Really?
Healthcare
Okay.
Center, Greenfield. It's always a pleasure having you here.
Oh,
This looks
pleasure.
great.
Mike, thank you. Great
pleasure.
recipe.
And if you want more information on the Buckley Healthcare Center in Greenfield, call them, 413-774-3143. You can also visit them online, buckleyhealthcare.com. And
Next